I'm excited to have Aviso AI and RingCentral for a special interview series, AI's Corner Office with Aviso. The interview series will detail the innovative journeys businesses undertake to bring AI and advanced computing to their commercial products and operations. We'll feature compelling innovations across different industries and sectors and a lively interactive conversation with company leaders, researchers, and investors. Today, I'm joined by RingCentral CRO Carson Hostetter and Aviso AI CEO Trevor Rodrigues Templar. Trevor, Carson, welcome to Floor Talk. I want to start off with a quote. NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang, famously said, "Software is eating the world, but AI is going to eat software." An obvious play on investor Mark Andreessen's famous words. So Trevor, decode what this means for business leaders.
So I'm a big fan of Jensen, obviously. Inspirational leader, transformed the company over the last 25 years, is also a customer of ours. And at the end of the day, Andreessen made the comment in 2011 about software eating the world. And we've seen what's happened since then. The companies he referenced, he referenced NVIDIA, he referenced AWS, Amazon, Facebook, then was, he called it a startup that was learning how to be a large company. And obviously we see where Facebook has gone. Generated billions of dollars in shareholder value across the board, leveraging software to really take themselves to the next level. And now when Wang was talking about it, from his perspective, he was really referencing what we call machine learning and what we call deep learning. And he was talking about the fact that we're going to see the impact of AI in healthcare, the healthcare industry. We're going to see the impact in transportation. But I don't even think Jensen realized the impact and the transformation that generative AI is driving today, 5 years later. Funnily enough, he made this comment in May of 2017, and a month later, Google came out with this transform architecture, which is a precursor to what OpenAI and ChatGPT, as we all know it, is driving. So when I think of where Jensen was going, I agree with him. AI is eating software and eating the world. And it's eating the world in a fashion where it's helping us transform ourselves. It's helping us take a bold new step into the future in terms of productivity, in terms of taking the grunt work out of our day, and in terms of productivity and the ability to really interact with data now on the edge. I think it's going to generate billions of dollars in shareholder value, as well as drive productivity in the millions for enterprises like RingCentral.
Now, Carson, tell me, how does RingCentral think of AI?
Yeah, so just to play a little bit off of what Trevor said, software has eaten most of the world. Like RingCentral has grown to a $2.4 billion company by essentially eating away legacy hardware, on-prem software, disconnected systems, and transforming that to the cloud in a pure SaaS model. So that's kind of the first step. So we gather all of our data in one place. We can extensively run our business in this central location. However, without AI, people are required to get all of the major insights. Now AI can augment us. It's like having superpowers with our software. So if you look at SaaS and software as the foundation that AI can then take advantage of, that's kind of the way we see it. And as a company that has billions and billions of real-time conversational minutes and data that's available, applying that AI throughout our portfolio is just going to unlock tremendous value for our customers. So we're really excited about this next phase.
So Carson, you've been a customer of ours now since 2017, and you've taken the business from $5 million on the enterprise side to over $1 billion. I think you guys are at $2.4 billion right now. One of our largest customers and references. How do you drive this change, this transformation? First to the cloud, obviously, and then from the cloud to the edge. And now with generative AI, you talked about the fact that you guys have billions of minutes, all this data out there, and the ability now to really talk to this data and garner insights from it. How do you take that and productize it and programatize it and really drive it throughout the organization so it's adopted and embraced, right?
Yeah, so thanks for being a great partner, Trevor, first of all. And Aviso is part of our billion-dollar enterprise journey. If you look at when I first came to RingCentral, we were using spreadsheets, deal bridges, and just figuring it out as we went along. Now when I look at being the CRO of a $2.4 billion company that operates across every segment, we have hundreds of thousands of customers and doing very large deals, how do we bring that together in scale? I can no longer just sit around the table with my key sellers and figure it out. So by integrating what RingCentral does, we've actually implemented our own technology with our sales force. It's called RingSense for sales. And so we have hundreds of sellers using our own AI solution. And we can see exactly what's going on real time. What are they talking about to our customers? Are they talking too much? Are they asking the right questions? Are they explaining AI to our customers? Because it's still relatively new, and some salespeople don't change as fast as we would like. Now, how do we engender trust so they don't go, wow, Carson's the big brother that's all of a sudden looking in on all of my customer interactions? I've worked really, really hard to have a culture at RingCentral that I call positively aggressive. What does that mean? You know, you can't go from 300 million to 2.4 billion in 8 years by not having aggressive goals, and we do. Well, everybody needs to have the opportunities to succeed in those goals. So we focus on how do we enable, how do we partner, how do we get pipeline and coverage and all of those things. And we don't always get it right, so we actually have, we call them revenue councils. So we have employees that volunteer to help us with change management, to help us understand how I can apply RingSense for sales, how I can use Aviso or other tools to help me be more successful. And what's really exciting is our employees, our sellers are now saying, hey, the customers are actually excited that I'm listening, recording, analyzing, because it's all about solving those customer problems. And why not have an assistant to help you solve those problems?
Mm-hmm. Now, what results have you seen, Carson?
We've seen fantastic results. So out of public companies in our peer group, we're still by far the fastest growing. So I'm very proud of. We've continued to make our guidance and recently raised, so we're excited about that as a company. And over the last 8 or 9 quarters, we've actually doubled the profitability of the company from an op margin standpoint and increased all of our free cash flow metrics. So we're seeing that. How do we do that? You know, it's typical, oh, you got to do more with less. Well, maybe you can be more efficient with what you're doing. So think about it from a sales perspective. You never have to take notes again. Very cool. And by the way, the RingSense for Sales notes are way more accurate than the notes you would have taken anyway. And they give you shorthand analysis and can be uploaded directly into our CRM. And we built an integration with Aviso, so we can actually look at deal analytics to understand how that factors into the predictability of that deal. Again, where can we provide the rep more help to make sure that deal closes? We like to win. We never like to lose. Second place is the worst place in sales. And so you need all of this intelligence coming together to take action on it.
So tell me, how did RingCentral get here? And talk to me about how you built it.
Yeah, from an AI perspective, so we have first of all, we are still founder-led. We are a 25-year-old founder-led company. Vlad Shmunis is our founder, chairman, and CEO. And he has gotten so many mega trends. I'll use some of Vlad's quotes since we started with Jensen's quotes. I've got a famous founder CEO as well. We jumped on mega trends early at RingCentral. Mobility, right? So RingCentral operates in any smartphone. You can completely configure the system. Open APIs so that we can integrate into customer workflows and go where they go. Those have been really foundational. But Vlad calls AI the mother of all megatrends. You know, similar to Jensen's quote about eating software. And in 2020, Vlad actually bought a small AI company called Deep Effects. And we started then building AI into our platform. And we're now at the point where we've productized a lot of those items, and we're getting them down to the personas at the customers. Because a sales persona is going to use AI much differently than somebody in HR that does recruiting, or somebody in finance that's preparing for our earnings call that crunches a lot of data and is pulling things together. So really understanding how we can tailor that and having a horizontal baseline system that does message, video conferencing, phone, and contact center for a lot of our customers gives us that foundational data so that we can help them with their objectives.
So 33 quarters, Carson, with the company.
33 quarters. This is my 33rd quarter with the company.
And every quarter, as Vlad says, you start from day one, day zero.
Oh, we're always at zero, yes.
Working for a founder who's incredible, but in some ways, I think of RingCentral as a 25-year-old startup because you're agile, you keep innovating, you keep changing the paradigm, and you beat your competition. And like you said, in sales, there's no second place. At Aviso, we believe the same thing. So going forward from here, right? I mean, $2.4 billion, you got a superior product to your competition from what I can see. You're taking market share away. They're struggling. The partnership that we've developed and what we're seeing now where the next generation of what we call AI agents, where you're going to take this even further, and with AI agents, you're going to automate the entire enterprise. And what do we mean by that, right? We've talked about this before. Essentially, you can run an agent at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. to take your calls, do your forecast calls, take your meetings. You've got virtual SDRs who can contact the customer. You can do strategic planning, scenario planning with NCX or 10CX type variables. You're part to plan. So with all this free time, your salespeople are going to garner. I'm sure Vlad's going to want to increase your quotas up a bit. What plans do you have for the company, and where do you go from here? So.
Yeah, so just by implementing RingSense for Sales, our AI-powered solution, we think we can save our sellers a day a month. If you think about 20 business days in a month, that's 5% productivity right off the bat. Now, what's really exciting for me, though, is a higher win rate, which means we're listening better to our customers. We're understanding, and we're getting those AI summaries that are better than anybody's going to do way more consistently. So we take all of that information, we take the recommendations generated by AI, the recommendations generated by Aviso to our sales management team. We look at those recordings, we coach our reps, we get better and better, we serve our customers better, we win more, and we continue to grow the company at an ever more profitable clip.
Excellent.
All right, well, it's been wonderful to talk with you both and have you here on NYSE Floor Talk with AI's Corner Office with Aviso. Thank you.
Thank you so much.